Just kidding. I just did that because I'm a little socially uncomfortable sometimes, like many of you. Okay. My name is Paula Pell, and I am a grown woman, and I got your questions. They're really good ones, and I'd like to answer some of them. My first question I had sent to me was, do I count as queer if I've never smooched a lady? I believe that it's not about what you do to define yourself as queer or, anything straight, gay, whatever it is. It's not about what you do. It's all about what you feel. It's about what you feel in your heart. It's about what you think about when you walk around and see people and meet people. It's what makes your heart go fast. It's what interests your brain about a person. And so it really isn't about a keeping score of, what's your resume of whether you've smooched a lady or not. It's just not a definition of what or who you are in life. Um, I think you should not keep track of that if you can, and try to keep track of just how your gut feels, your heart and your gut, all the things that are inside your body, just like what makes you feel happy, what makes you feel excited when you meet somebody and you go, oh, they're such a neat person. I love this person. And if you keep feeling that about a person that is of your same sex, then you probably are a gay person. And it's just sort of a natural thing that you're going to have to find out. Now, the person that I've been with for the last 14 years, her name is Deanna. She's a wonderful person. And I've been with her for 14 years. And she had never kissed a girl before she was with me, which, didn't matter to me, and it didn't matter to her because she knew who she was and what she wanted to, how she wanted to live her life. And, I didn't mind it because I am a terrible kisser. I'm probably the worst kisser on the East Coast, and um, I've taken so many classes in it, and I'm just terrible at it. This is how I kiss. It's really disgusting. Oh God, I just saw myself and I looked like a largemouth bass. Anyway, so that's question one. I hope I answered that well. Stay with your heart, to recap. And that was from S. That question was from S. Just S. Superwoman, probably. The second question is, everyone has always just assumed that I'm straight, but I'm not. I'm hoping to meet a love interest type person, but I'm not ready to come out to the whole world. Impossible? This is Marge from Chicago. Well, let's take the first part of that first. Everyone's just assumed that I'm straight, but I'm not. My advice would be to not worry at all about what people are thinking you are. I think you're living in a generation that's a lot different about it. People don't care as much about it. I'm not saying there still isn't difficulty in school and people wondering and people gossiping, because there always will be, I'm sure, about everything in life, because that's human beings. But when I was growing up, there was a lot more secret hush hush talk about it, and a lot of people that decided if you were that they weren't going to pay attention to you and they weren't going to talk to you, and it was a lot more scary because nobody ever talked about it and nothing was ever on TV about it or the movies. So it was really a scary time for that. But I spent so much time worrying about that, and I would just say that I regret that. I would definitely spend less time worrying about what people are thinking about whether you're a straight person or a gay person. I'm hoping to meet a love interest. Okay, I'm not ready to come out to the whole world. Well, it's not impossible at all. My best friend when I was growing up in high school eventually ended up being the person that I was with for quite a few years through college. And she became my girlfriend, and we had a great relationship. And for a long time, people didn't know because we were friends, and people knew that we were always together. But we didn't feel at that time in our life comfortable with everyone knowing it. And we were young and we were still kind of figuring ourselves out. So make sure that you give yourself enough time to figure yourself out before you feel any urgency to explain yourself to others. That goes for anything in life. Anything you want to do, anything you want to be, who you want to be with. Just spend time with yourself first and have a lot of time to investigate and experience before you ever feel like you have to tell everybody, what your life is going to be, because you won't know yet. You just won't know. And it's best to be sure of what you feel so you don't keep going back and telling people different things. But most importantly, so you don't pull yourself around so much and feel anxious about what people are thinking. Just try to get quiet in your head about it and say, it doesn't really matter as long as I'm, a good person, I'm a good friend, I'm a good student, I do good things. Just do all those things. Spend your time being who you are, 100%. And then if people ask you, you can be honest with them if they approach you about it, but you don't have to. People don't care as much as you think about anything in your life. And when you're gay or straight, I think that they're curious just because it's a kind of interesting, curious thing. But I don't think it's going to make or break their day. So just put it out of your head. Uh, Number 3, how do you go about asking a stranger for their phone number? Is there some sort of trick so that you don't completely embarrass yourself? Well, I've never been good at that. When I was dating people or I didn't really date that much, but when I was going out with people or would meet people I liked, it was always really hard for me to cross that because it is vulnerable. It's scary. It's super scary when you like somebody to go to that next step and say, well, do you bowl? Do you bowl often? Maybe we could bowl together. I don't know. Do you guys bowl anymore? Oh, brother. I am old. Uh, I have a couple tricks that I just made up that might help you. One of them is you could trick them by saying, my phone number has so many sevens in it. It's like 677772777, even if it's the wrong amount of numbers. It doesn't matter because it's a trick. And then you could just be like, it drives me nutballs. And then you just kind of like wait like this for them to say theirs or whether they have any sevens. And if they don't, you do this. All right. You have a good day. And then you just, go eat a cookie or something. I'm just, oh, giving you terrible advice. The second trick I thought could be good is if you go, I've had this trick ever since I was little that I can say my phone number really fast, 555-7272. And you say your number really fast, and they might go, oh, mine's terrible to say fast because it's got a lot of hard numbers in it. And you go, really? And then you tape record. You just put your phone right in near their mouth, like behind the salad you're eating, and just go. And hopefully you can record it. And then you can, cut and paste and all that stuff that you do on fancy phones. A serious answer to that, real quick, is that the best way I've found when you do like somebody like that is just to be direct and say, do you want to go have coffee sometime? Or you want to go have a pizza with me? Or just take the leap. And if they say no, it's going to bum you out, but it'll bum you out for a little bit and you won't spend like 6 months worrying about should you have said something. So I would say sometimes if you really, and of course, if it's a safe situation, if it's, a stranger that you don't want to get a stranger's phone number or give a stranger's phone number if it's somebody that's not in your world or, someone on the internet, like definitely somebody that's of your world. And so if you meet somebody in school and you want their number and you can say, hey, do you ever want to go see a movie or make it really casual. And even if inside you're super nervous, just act a little like it doesn't matter. And then it won't matter to them. And maybe they'll just become your friend. You never know. I know that you probably want them to be more than your friend, but you always can use a good friend too, if that is how it turns out. Lastly, the question from, let me see who this is from. Anonymous. That's a beautiful name. Anonymous. I think that's Italian. My best friend and I have a great relationship, but I really like her, and I want her to be my girlfriend. I value our friendship so much and don't want her to think that I'm, oops, sorry, that I'm creepy and or ruin what we like. But I like her so much. That's in capitals. What should I do? Anonymous. Anonymous, if I can call you Anana, um, I say you have to, especially if you have a friendship with someone, let things naturally happen. As I mentioned, my first girlfriend was also my best friend. And, it very gradually happened that way, that we both cared for each other in that way. And we both came together really slowly in our relationship until we went, oh, this is what this is. We're going to be girlfriends. It all made sense. But I think if one of us or the other would have jumped into that faster, it makes it harder. You always want to make sure things are pretty even before you confront someone about that, because it does put you in a situation where you could be hurt. You could really have your feelings hurt. But also, it will give your friendship a weird feeling if you're the only one feeling it. So, really pay attention to how they are with you, and if you really feel like that they like you. I mean, even if you had someone that was a confidant that knows both of you, if you could be honest with them, if you could say, what do you think? Do you think that they like me that way? Have you ever heard them say anything that way? I mean, someone you trust. You don't want to be talking about your relationship with that person to everybody, um, but I think if you let it happen naturally, it's also just so much better because it has no, like I said, it's even. Everyone, both of you are meeting together in the same spot, and then it's just really fantastic because then you don't have to worry about the yes or no of it. So sometimes you just have to be patient in life with people. That goes for anybody. If you meet somebody in a class and you really like them, just get to know them. Keep getting to know them. Go hang out with them, joke around with them. I've always used humor when I was getting to know somebody. My wife now, I mean, now and forever, it sounds like it's now and then next year she's out of here, um, Deanna is, the first time I met her, when she came to see me, came to visit me, she came to the door. We had met on the internet and talked for a really long time as friends. And then she came to visit me, and I started it off with a laugh because I'm a comedy person, and that's how I feel comfortable. And so I opened the door and held out a beverage for her, and I said, "Hold on, I have to go put in my teeth," like I had false teeth. Oh, she laughed. She was probably faking it, but she was really laughing. And then it made me feel more comfortable because we had laughed together. So whatever your thing is, if you're a person who's, does artwork, like draw them a little drawing and say, "Oh, I drew this for you," or whatever it is a little gesture. Do it a small amount. Don't overgive or overdo or overtalk what you're feeling. Give them a little teeny bit. And then if they respond, give them a little bit more. And then you go, "Oh, I can feel safe in this. I can relax and act like I kind of like them, and I can flirt around and have fun with them and laugh and get to know them." And most importantly, it doesn't matter if you're going to be girlfriends with them or not. It's important to get to know them because you have to know who that person is to give them more of yourself emotionally and to let them look in your heart and your head. Um, they have to be worthy of that. They have to deserve it and be a good person. You have to always protect yourself that way. Don't give away your heart to someone you don't know well enough, because then it's harder on the other side when you've been hurt, because then you're hurt, you're mad at them, but you're also mad at yourself because you didn't give it enough time. You didn't give them enough time to get to know you. So I guess that's it. I wish you guys were right here with me talking back to me because I would love to discuss these things with you, but I hope these answers helped. I know they were very long, and so I would say hit the fast forward button anytime I'm a snoozer because I probably got boring a few times. Um, and so anyway, it was really nice to meet all of you, and just keep on listening to your heart, listen to your gut, and thank you for listening to me.